All right. Crab cakes. We're going deep today. Feeling hungry already.
Yeah.
This deep dive, we're using a podcast episode, how to cook crab cakes. Like a pro, I think it was called.
Sounds about right.
So crispy, golden brown, and packed with flavor. That's the goal, right?
Absolutely.
Oh,
That's what we're aiming for, those crab cakes that everyone wants the recipe for.
exactly.
And I think the key to perfect crab cakes, it's really about understanding the whole process, you know, from picking out the right ingredients to really mastering the cooking, like what makes it good.
Yeah.
The techniques.
And I've always been intimidated by crab cakes. They always seem, I don't know, kind of fancy.
Right.
This podcast makes it sound pretty easy, though, so we'll see.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I've noticed with a lot of crab cake recipes, they always want lump crab meat. What's so special about lump crab meat?
You know, it really comes down to the texture. Lump crab meat, it comes in those nice big pieces.
Yeah.
So you get a good mouthful of crab. It's also got a really nice, delicate, sweet flavor.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's say we've got some beautiful lump crab meat. What's the first step? What do we do? How do we start making these crab cakes?
Hold on. Before we jump into the recipe, we got to prep the crab meat first.
Okay.
Even if you got the best quality lump crab meat, you might have a few little shell fragments hiding in there.
Oh, right.
So we'll want to, carefully pick through it.
Okay.
Get rid of any of those shell bits or cartilage. It could be, a little bit tedious.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it to have pure crab flavor shining through.
Nobody wants a crunchy surprise, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got our crab all prepped, ready to go. Now what? What do we do?
Okay. Now we start building the flavor, the foundation, the wet mixture. This is what's going to give our crab cakes that savory, that depth of flavor.
Okay, what goes into this magical wet mixture?
All right, so first up, creamy mayonnaise.
Okay.
And here, full fat is the way to go.
Yeah.
Then we're going to add an egg. So we'll bind everything together.
Okay.
Some nice tangy Dijon mustard.
Hmm.
A dash of Worcestershire sauce gives it that umami depth.
Oh, yeah.
And if you like the spice, touch of your favorite hot sauce.
I'm all about the spice. But what about that classic crab cake flavor? There's something missing.
You're right. Can't forget the Old Bay seasoning. That's like the crab cake, essential. A teaspoon or so will do. Of course, pinch of salt and pepper to taste.
Of course.
And we whisk all that together until it's nice and smooth.
Okay. So we've got this creamy, tangy, savory base. Now comes the crab meat.
Yes.
I've always struggled with this because I feel like I always just end up mushing it and breaking it all up.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What's the secret?
It's all in the technique. Instead of like stirring it really hard, which will break up the crab meat, we're going to gently fold it.
Folding.
Yeah.
What does folding mean?
So imagine using a spatula. You kind of lift the mixture from the bottom of the bowl
Okay.
and turn it over on itself. It's a little, gentle, but it keeps that crab meat nice and in those luscious lumps.
Gotcha. So you're not like smashing it all together.
No smashing.
Okay.
Gentle.
Makes sense. I can see how that would make a difference.
Definitely.
So we've got the crab. We folded it in gently. What's next?
All right, now for the supporting cast. Panko breadcrumbs and some fresh green onions.
Panko breadcrumbs. Yes, I love panko breadcrumbs.
The best.
They always have the best crunch. And green onions add such a nice fresh flavor.
Yes.
But why panko? Like, why specifically panko, and what do they actually do?
So panko breadcrumbs are lighter and flakier than your regular breadcrumbs.
Okay.
So they're going to give us that super crispy crust
Okay.
without making the crab cakes heavy.
Gotcha.
And the green onions, they're not just for looks. They add this nice little savory note that balances out that richness of the crab.
Okay, so it's flavor and it looks good.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got our crab meat, we've got our wet mixture, we've got our panko, we've got our green onions. Are we ready to fry?
Not so fast. There's one crucial step, and this is what separates the amateurs from the pros.
Ooh.
And this one requires a little patience.
Okay, I like a challenge, so lay it on me. What is this? What's the secret here? What do we got to do? Okay, so we were talking about patience. What's the step? What's the secret to really good crab cakes?
Well, we need to chill the crab cake mixture at least 30 minutes in the fridge.
Really? Chilling? I never would have thought of that. Why is that so important?
So chilling, it lets those breadcrumbs really soak up all the moisture from the wet ingredients.
Okay.
And that gives us a nice firm mixture
Okay.
that'll hold its shape when we cook it.
Okay.
Keeps it from falling apart.
So it's not just the flavor then, it's like texture, it's everything.
It all works together.
All right, so we've chilled for 30 minutes. We're patient. What's next? What do we do now?
All right. Now it's time.
Uh-oh.
We're going to cook these.
Okay.
We're going to fry them up and make them golden brown.
Frying techniques. Hit me with it. What do we do?
Okay, so we're going to heat some olive oil
Mm-hmm.
or butter in a skillet. Medium heat,
Okay.
and we want it nice and shimmering.
Okay.
Hot enough to get that crisp, but not, burning the crab meat.
I always struggle with that, getting the right temperature. How do you know when it's right?
Little trick.
Mm-hmm.
Flick a tiny drop of water in the oil.
Okay.
If it sizzles, dances around the pan, you're good to go.
Oh, that's a good tip. I like that. Okay, so our oil is ready. Crab cakes are chilled. How many can we fit in the pan?
Good question.
Yeah.
Don't overcrowd it.
Okay.
We want each crab cake to have a little space,
Gotcha.
so they brown nicely.
Okay, yeah.
So if you need to, cook them in batches.
Okay. How long do we cook them for?
So we're looking at about 3 to 4 minutes per side.
Yeah.
Until they're golden brown and nice and crispy.
Okay.
But, keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Cooking times can vary depending on the size, how hot your stove is, all that.
So you don't want to just rely on the timer?
Exactly. So look for those edges to turn that nice golden brown.
Okay.
That's how you know it's ready to flip.
Okay. And then when they're done, when they're crispy and golden brown, what's next?
All right, so carefully take them out of the pan, put them on a plate lined with paper towels.
Okay.
Just to absorb any excess oil.
Nobody wants a soggy crab cake.
Exactly.
All right, they're trained, they're ready to go. What do we do with them? What do you serve them with?
So many possibilities.
I bet.
You can keep it classic, nice dollop of tartar sauce, squeeze of lemon juice.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
But I always want to try new things.
Right. So how about like a zesty citrus aioli?
Ooh.
Or remoulade sauce with a little Cajun spice. And don't forget fresh herbs. Always good. Little parsley, little chives, add some color.
So we've got side dishes, we've got sauces, we've got garnishes. But before we get too far, what were the key takeaways for making a good crab cake?
All right. So first off, fresh, high-quality lump crab meat. That's essential.
Okay.
Then gentle handling, folding, not stirring. Remember, keep those lumps nice and whole.
And chilling.
Yes, chilling. Crucial. That's for both flavor and texture.
It's a game changer.
It is.
Patience when you're frying it up. Even browning crispy crust cooked all the way through.
Absolutely.
But we're not done. We got to talk about serving these. A delicious dish deserves to be presented nicely. How do we make these crab cakes look awesome?
Yeah, we got to think beyond just the plate. How about serving them on a bed of greens?
Ooh, what kind of greens? Okay, greens. What kind of greens are we thinking?
How about a mix? Baby spinach and arugula.
Okay, yeah.
And a nice light vinaigrette.
Okay.
Give us a nice little color contrast.
Yeah.
And that peppery arugula goes really well with the sweetness of the crab.
Yeah, I like that. What else? What other options could we play with?
Roasted vegetables are always good.
Oh, yeah.
Like bell peppers, zucchini, asparagus. Roasted till they're nice and tender. A little bit of char.
Oh, yeah.
Adds a smoky flavor.
Well,
That's
yeah.
really nice, too.
Yeah. Okay, what about sauces? We talked about a couple. Any other dipping sauces that would be good with crab cakes?
Ooh. How about a creamy avocado lime dressing?
Oh.
Yeah. Rich avocado, tangy lime.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice balance.
That sounds good.
Or if you want something spicier, maybe a sriracha aioli.
Oh, sriracha aioli. I'm in.
Yeah.
But what about the classics tartar sauce, lemon wedges? Can we do anything with those?
You can always jazz up the classics.
Mm.
Instead of store-bought tartar sauce, try making your own.
Okay. Yeah.
Chop up some gherkins, some capers, fresh herbs.
Oh, nice.
And for the lemon wedges, grill them for a few minutes.
Ooh.
Caramelizes the sugars a little bit. Gives it a nice little sweet flavor.
So even the simplest things, you can kind of elevate them.
Exactly.
What about the crab cakes themselves? Can you mess around with the recipe?
Of course. I mean, this is just the starting point.
Right.
Get creative, try different things. You could add some diced red bell pepper for sweetness, a little color.
Yeah.
Or a chopped jalapeno if you like it spicy.
Ooh, a jalapeno crab cake.
Yeah.
What about herbs? Can you add different herbs? I like dill.
Dill would be great.
Yeah.
Parsley, tarragon, chives. Play around with it.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to try different spices too.
Yeah.
Smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, they all add a nice depth.
Okay. And what about the breadcrumbs? We talked about panko, but is there anything else you could use?
Yeah. Panko's great for the crispy texture, but, crushed Ritz crackers add a buttery, salty flavor.
Yeah.
If you're going gluten-free, you can use finely ground almonds.
Okay.
They've got a nice nutty flavor, give you a little bit of crunch.
I mean, we've covered so much, from the
Yeah.
crab meat to the folding and the chilling and the frying, and then even like how to serve it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's been fun. I hope everyone, listening feels like they can go out and make some awesome crab cakes now.
Yeah, I mean, use the techniques, but don't be afraid to experiment.
Exactly.
Find out what you like.
Have fun in the kitchen.
Have fun.
Let us know how your crab cake adventures go.
Yeah. What did you try? What did you do different? Share it with us. We want to see your creations, even if they don't turn out perfectly.
Yeah.
That's all part of the fun. Well, that's it for this deep dive. Until next time, happy cooking, everyone.